All right, good evening, everyone. I welcome you to mentorship, the what's it called now? The membership program. This is expert Q&A. This is where I take your question and I attend to you from the technical angle, analysis angle. So what I'm doing is you just give me, you share, okay, maybe there's a stock that you are thinking of buying or selling. Just tell me the stock, then I'll look at the chart and I'll tell you, okay, it's good to buy or it's good to sell at this price. Why don't you wait for 1 week? Why don't you wait for 1 month? So we are going to be coming up with a lot of strategy. And in this membership program, in this membership class, I will also try as much as possible to give a trade call. So the trade call is going to be, okay, I'll tell you, okay, this is the stock I'm actually looking at. Sincerely, any trade call that I'm giving, I want to be sure that it's also something that I'm also trading so that I will be able to manage it. You know, if I give out a trade and I say, okay, buy this particular stock, if I'm not in it, I may even forget that I even tell people to buy it. And maybe the stock now is at a price that we now need to manage the trade, or is at a price that we need to sell, and I don't even know. I'm not even looking at it. But if it's a trade that I'm a muscle in, then I can be able to tell you, okay, this stock I'm selling right now. Okay, now I'm buying more, or I'll wait for 1 week to buy more, and so on. Thank God we are getting close to the end of September, and the month of September will be closing, will be ending next week. So the monthly chart will close by Tuesday or Wednesday now. That's the last trading day for the month of September. So the weekly chart, this is like the last week that we are going to see for this month. So next week, okay, next week we are still going to see another week. Yes, it will start another week, but it's not going to conclude another week on the month. So the way it works is that next week is going to be a weekly candle on its own. But inside that weekly candle, we have the ending of the month of September and we have the beginning of the month of October. So that's how it's going to be. But the month of October is going to be a fresh start and it's going to be a new month. And it's a very, very key month because it's also the month that starts the 3 months candle. So that month is actually very, very important. And it's the month that end the year, especially the last 3 months that end the year. So when I'm currently on, let me go to the all share index because I like to start my analysis from the all share index, looking at the market and saying, okay, what is actually happening? Because we actually need to have an idea of what the market is doing. So as I'm doing this, please be preparing your questions. Just put it in the chat. I will be reading it. So as soon as I'm done with this should not take me more than maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Then after that, I'll go into your Q&A. You ask me any question that you have. Then I will be able to provide the technical analysis support that is needed for that particular stock you are looking at. So let's look at the all share index. The index is currently at 142,000 thereabout. So let's look at what is actually happening. So the month of, let me even start from the monthly. Let's look at the monthly. Okay, this is very important. Thank God I'm even showing us now. So from the monthly chart, if you have attended my mentorship class, you already know what this means. Price is already what? At the outside of what? The Bollinger Band. So Bollinger Band, the way it is, it has three levels. It has the upper band, it has the lower band. This is the upper band, this is the lower band. All right, and this is the middle band. So the middle band is like the what separates the buyers or the bullish from the bearish scene. So when price is in the upper band, that's where we say, okay, the market is bullish. See, from here, the market has been bullish. So currently the market is still bullish. But what is the challenge now? The market is now in an overbought region. It is outside of the Bollinger Band. Does it mean that the price will come down? No, not yet. Until we see a rejection. Although As it is now, we are on the mountain top. This thing will come down. Yes, it will come down. Whether we like it or not, it's going to retrace back into the Bollinger Band. But how long will it continue before it will retrace? That's why we need to now start paying attention to the lower time frame. Already, I know that it's overbought on this time frame. Ideally, I'm not supposed to be buying. Ideally. And the last candle that formed, that was the candle for the month of August. It was a pin bar, but a small pin bar. We look at it, it's a small pin bar, and but the candle that precedes it is a bullish candle, and it's a very big bullish candle. So this pin bar is just like market wants to pause. Either it wants to continue or reverse. So, but from the way it's looking, from the look of things, market wants to continue. So if the month of September closes like this, it's a signal that market wants to continue. So in the month of October, what do? We start looking for opportunity to buy. And from the look of things, I just don't want to predict. I don't want to predict. I want to react to what the market is doing. From the look of things now, the market looks bullish, but it has not closed yet. It's this coming week that will determine. If this coming week something just happened in the market and this price fall back and become a bearish candle, then the story will change. But until then, we leave the market to decide. All right. So looking at the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, what do we see? This is the rejection, and this is the most important candle, second most important candle. Market is finding support somewhere within these two bodies. And the candle that closed last week or this week, look at what it did. There was a rejection under it, and it's a bullish candle. So for three straight weeks, we have had a bullish candle. After we had a value swing here. So after we had a value swing here, then we have two bullish candle going. Let's see, this coming week will tell us, in fact, we signal a lot of things. So if this coming week becomes a bullish candle, then I'll be bullish until this high, the previous high, which is here. That means market is showing us that it has higher probability. There's higher chances that it will hit that 146,000 again. And if the market wants to break it, then how far can it go? We still have the Bollinger Band top here. So that Bollinger Band top is around 155,000 basis points. So let's just round it up and say, okay, around 150. 150 is actually a psychological level. So that's the level we are actually waiting for. All right. So let's now go down again. Okay, we are not going down again since we are already on the weekly time frame. So next week, what are we going to do? We are going to look for opportunity in the market to buy. Or if you have any stock, you hold it. You hold it. This is showing us a good sign that the market has momentum. Notice what I said, it still have momentum. It doesn't mean that the market has not applied brake. It's like a car that is moving with top speed. It now applied brake. Is it going to stop instantly? It's not going to stop instantly. So it will still move based on what? The momentum that is pushing it. So it now depends on how strong the momentum that is pushing price at this time that will tell us how far it can go. But until then, we are still bullish in this market. So let me look at maybe two or three stocks that I think they can present good opportunity for us this coming week. Before I go ahead, let me bring out. So sorry. I thought I was supposed to update this. This might be something I can quickly update. I will do that, but if not, I will not want to waste our time. I'm being time conscious now. I've not seen any question. Do we have any question for me? Let me check my chat.
Hello, hello, sir.
Just drop it in the chat. I'll soon attend to it. Sorry. Just drop it in the chat. I want to be sure I'm done with this session. Okay. I'm not seeing my chat. That's why Okay, maybe it's here. All right, sorry. Okay, I've seen it. So I can see those charts now. Wow, wow. Okay, I can see like three now. Thank you. Okay, this one I'm not sure I later filled it. Oh, I did not fill it. I will not allow this one to waste my time. So two stock that I'm looking at. Let's look at Zenith first. So what's happening to Zenith? If you bought when I gave out this signal, then you should be in profit by now because I'm also in profit. What did I see? I just saw some rejection here. This one. And this last week is a bullish candle that even engulfed almost up to this level. So what are we looking for now? What are we waiting for? If the market is able to still continue this week, then I'm going to be bullish until maybe around 75 naira. When it gets to 75 naira or anything around 75 or above 75, I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell Zenith. I only bought it for trading. I did not buy it for any investing. So if you have this stock, I know by now you should be in profit. Another stock that I know that we can still buy, that is still in good price level, is Suno. In fact, I did not even know that Suno closed bullish yesterday. I did not know. In fact, I was in the class when I was in the class when I just say, okay, let me bring it, and I discovered that this stock has actually gained. So what are we looking for now? This stock is now showing me that yes, it wants to pick up. If you don't have it, you can still buy it because what I'm expecting is a volatile move. What do we call a volatile move? That the Bollinger Band will open up. Look at what happened here. See the way the Bollinger Band opened up after it closed outside of this Bollinger Band and started going up. So this candle here, the candle in the month of August, closed above the upper band of the Bollinger Band. But immediately they sent it back. But the low of that candle was preserved. Do you get it? For the low of this candle to be preserved, what do I need? I need a bullish continuation of that pattern. So I need a bull candle close above the body above here. So any day or any week I see a bullish body close above here, then I go and relax. This stock will hit somewhere around 8 naira 40 kobo or thereabout. And if it has enough momentum, it's going to break maybe back to that 11 naira high. But as soon as it's getting to this 8 naira hitting 8 naira 40, I would have taken partial profit on that particular trade. So that is Sono. Ohando. Let's check Ohando. So Ohando. Okay. So what happened to Ohando was that Ohando tapped into this body. This body, I've been looking at this body since because this body is actually the bullish continuation of this buy signal. So, and this body has been supporting it. See, everything that is happening is actually happening in this candle body. And what happened now? We saw price dipped into here and formed a what? A rejection of a lower price. So this rejection that we are looking at is a pin bar. So for me to have a pin bar inside this key level, this price is actually a key level, and we have this pin bar. Then we need a confirmation. What's the confirmation? The confirmation is that I need a bullish body that will close above this most important bearish body. So when that happens, it will expose the high of this maybe Bollinger Band around 60 naira or thereabout. If it's able to open up and hit that 60 naira, then we take it to 60 naira, then we take it into this maybe 70 naira or so. And if market is able to close above here, then it's going higher. So those are the three stocks that I'm actually paying attention to now and I'm watching. So Zenith is already gone trade. I'm not sure I will recommend that you buy it at that price, except if you can get it lower, especially in the body of this. Let me check. As low, if you can get Zenith as low as maybe 75 and 65 naira is good. But as it is now, 69 naira is too high for me. Bearing in mind that we are actually going to this level. If you buy here and I'm going to, this is the risk, and I'm going to let's say somewhere around here, 16%, 15, 16%, and the risk is 10 naira. It's 10%. Is a little high for me anyway. But me that I entered around, I think I entered around 65 naira, I can't remember, but it was low. So my risk is like 6, 7%, and my reward will be like 20%. So that's how to actually trade. All right, I'm going to take your question now, Mr. Goni. Yes, Boa Foods. Okay, let's look at Boa Foods. All right, so I know you are one of my students. For Boa Food, what do you think? Is overbought? Inside, outside? Does it mean it cannot continue to go? Yes, it can continue to go, but it's not the time to buy. If you have it, by now you should be planning to take some profit, because we are already hitting outside of the Bollinger Band. See it on the weekly, outside of the Bollinger Band. Although we have a breakout of last week, because this is the last high, market still broke out. See how the higher high. So if it has a higher high, it's telling you that it's still going up. But you don't want to be trapped. You don't want to be in that market where it will just fall suddenly. So by now, sir, start taking your profit. By now, you should have sold maybe 50% of your holding. If you actually bought them for trading, yes, that's just it. You should have sold maybe 50% of your holding at this particular price for this. Okay, so that is my take on Boa Foods. WAPCO. Okay, so WAPCO closed outside of the Bollinger Band, but what happened? It came to tap into the 50% of the most important candle. I think that was what happened. All right. So where's the 50% of the most important candle? Of the momentum of the most important candle. Let me just say it like that. So this is the 50%. So anything below here was actually good to buy. But since you missed it, at this level, should you buy? I'm not sure, because the risk is higher than the reward. The risk is around 36% and the reward is around 14%. At least that's the reward I can see now. That's what I can see. The market can surprise us. It can actually break above and start going higher. I don't know. I can't see that. But what I can see is what I trade. Trade what you can see. Trade what you see. So as a trader, we actually trade what we can see on the chart. For me, on this chart, the price that is like almost like possible or visible is actually this high, 151. So when the price gets there and is able to break that level, then we now start mapping extension. So we should have entered around here. Does it mean it's not going higher? It's going higher, but we are taking it to this place. And the risk is still very high. At least we should be able to risk it to somewhere around here. If not, let's say here. Even at here, it's still not a good risk reward. So how do we enter? If you must buy this stock, you look for it as low as, if you can get it from maybe 120 naira. You cannot tell. You can get that stock to buy at around 120 naira. Then it's going to be a good trade. Let me bring it to my entry. So if I'm able to get at 120 naira, then the risk is around 15% for 25%. Okay, which is still okay. So that's the trade setup for WAPCO. MB, Nigerian Brewery. Okay, see what happened to Nigerian Brewery. Let me go to the monthly. All right, see what is happening. Let me mark my most important candle at that breakout zone. So for this, what's the momentum of the most important candle? We are supposed to get an entry around here. Anything below here. So if you must buy this particular stock, I know it has left entry, but who knows? We can have a desperate seller that will come and drag the price down. So where is the entry? Entry is around 67 naira. So around this zone, you can buy this stock. It's going to be a good risk reward. Let me go back to my. So what's the risk reward? Even at that, still not very good, but risking 15% for 20%. Okay, the risk is still more than the reward. But if you want to be extremely what's it called now? You don't want to be conservative. What's the other word for conservative now? When you want to be aggressive, yeah. So if you want to be aggressive, you can actually risk something like 5% on this stock if you got your entry around this price, 67, around this price, 67, below 70 naira is good. But as it is now, it's at 75 naira. So price has already left the bus stop. Eternal oil. Eternal oil. So I think oil and gas. Okay, what I will do now, after this, I'm going to look at the index for oil and gas. Because what happened in Owando, I don't know what happened, and the stock just suddenly gained almost 10% yesterday. So for that to happen to Owando, is it only peculiar to Owando or the general oil sector? So we need to find out. That's where fundamental analysis comes to play. You need to know what is actually happening. Eternal oil is actually at wow. So what happened to eternal oil? It just dipped into where? Into entry zone. So this is like catching a falling knife. Last, okay, this is monthly. If the month close like this, you know what you can do if you want to buy this particular stock? There's actually a strategy to do. At this current price, buy it. You can buy it on Monday, buy it anywhere. But when you finish buying it, don't buy it again until you see what happens next month. If by next month it becomes a bearish candle again, then I will know what to recommend. But for this stock, let me show you. For this stock now, the risk is below here. Then the reward is around here. So what's the risk? The risk is around 25% for a 75% reward. You understand? So this is actually a good stock to trade. This is actually a good stock to trade. It's like catching the falling knife. Since it's a monthly, and you know what we can do again? Looking at it on the 3 months chart. Looking at it on the 3 month chart, this candle is so strong. But as a trader, this is actually how to buy. This is the price to buy. Just buy and hold on. If you plan to buy, let's say buy like 50% of your holding, what you will normally buy. If you are supposed to, whatever you want to buy in this particular stock, buy 50% at this price. Then next week, I will know what to recommend. Especially, okay, maybe next week or 2 weeks time. Then we need to wait for price to actually do what it wants to do. What happened here now? This candle on this last week is like what do we call it now? A price is at a support. It now form a candlestick. You see this candle now. I don't know what was responsible for it, for this candle. But for it to close outside of the Bollinger Band on the weekly, then let's wait, buy and wait for next week and see what will happen. So if you buy and immediately the buyers are able to take back price up, then this is a liquidity grab. It's a liquidity sweep. That's what it means. If next week the buyers are able to turn it round immediately, then it's a liquidity sweep. They call it a bear's trap. So this is a bear's trap. Most likely, what is going to happen? The trend is up, yes, because price is already here. The trend is up. Then what can I see again? It's just this 3 month candle that is making me to be somehow afraid, because this 3 month candle is actually a value swing. Look at it. It's a value swing. And this candle is very strong. Very strong. But when is this trade going to be wrong? Let me show you when it's going to be wrong. When price closes below here. Let me delete this. When price closes below here, that's when the trade is wrong. As it is now, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. If I see the monthly chart close below 24 naira, then this trade is wrong. Be ready to cut your loss. Yeah, that's my analysis for that. Okay, eternal oil, PZ. So for PZ, you see what is happening there? We are seeing a divergence there. I've already spotted it before. That divergence. I'm seeing a divergence. You know what the best way to trade this particular pattern, because I've already spotted the divergence, higher high and momentum made a lower low. So we are going to measure it from the neck of the divergence. So I can either measure it from here to here. Most likely, that's what I would do. Then where's my entry? If the stock can come around here, okay, we can actually use this place. Let me use this. Okay, let me use that place. So the entry of this particular stock is around 28 naira, this zone. But the way it is now, we are having, this is a bearish candle and it's now retracing back up. So let me go to the weekly and see what happened. Okay, I think I'm still on point looking at the weekly. So if you can get it at the lower band of the Bollinger Band, which is around 28, so that's a confluence. That's the first level to start buying. Why am I approaching it like that? This level is actually a resistance zone. We don't want to buy into a resistance. If you understand the way market works, we want to buy at support and sell at resistance. But it's now at resistance. I don't want to buy there. So I want it to move away from the resistance, at least to move down. Then we start buying. This zone is actually the best price for me to enter that particular stock. Okay, we have Boa Cement, MTN. MTN, I think MTN, if you are looking at trading MTN, MTN is actually at a good price now. Let me bring out Boa Cement. Boa Cement, if you have it, if you can get to sell around 175 or so, please sell. Please sell. This month was flat. So if this month was flat after a big rejection like this, next month can be a bearish candle. It's very, very likely. So if you have the stock, please, if you can manage to go back up, just sell 170, sell. And wait for what market wants to do here. Wait for that resistance to give way. You understand? So when the resistance gives way, then we start planning another entry above the resistance. So this is going to be like the roof. So I want the market to actually show that it has the strength to break above the roof and come and use the roof for its support. Then we now start buying again. But as it is, plan to close your Boa Cement. MTN. So what is happening to MTN? You see why I said MTN is actually at a level where you can buy. Let me go back to. Okay, so what is happening is like the markets on the general scale, on the general outlook, is already overbought. So what is happening to MTN now? MTN is outside of the Bollinger Band. Ideally, I don't like to buy outside of the Bollinger Band. But because this is 3 months, so because it's 3 months, if I go to the monthly, also, I'm not sure, this is not a good price to enter MTN, please. Even on the monthly, market needs enough momentum to push because it's already overextended. It's outside of the Bollinger Band. Yes, it can go up, but it's overstretched. The Bollinger Band has already opened up. See the opening. It's from here. No, let me not use this. It's from, I want to draw something. I'm not drawing circle. I want to draw ellipse. So it's like from here to here. See what the market is doing. See the extreme Bollinger Band. See the other extreme. So market is already overextended, even on the monthly. But on the weekly, it's now presenting like, okay, this is a good opportunity to buy. So if you must buy, let's wait for mark price to come close to 385 naira, or the midpoint of this Bollinger Band. If you look at it very well, this Bollinger Band has been keeping price here. Immediately cross above it, it's still keeping price above. So we can actually use that midpoint of the Bollinger Band to buy. So it's either of two things. It's either price is coming down or price stays there and the Bollinger Band, the midpoint of this Bollinger Band goes to meet price. So that's MTN for you. I didn't see any good opportunity there. All right, we have corn oil, Julius Berger, Dangote Cement. So for Dangote Cement, let me check Dangote Cement first. No. Okay. So for Dangote Cement from 3 months, let me first look at, okay. If you have it, you can hold it. But buying at that level on the 3 months is not good. Okay. The midpoint. Midpoint. You know what? If you have it, maybe you've sold part or you are still holding it, you can still hold. But if you want to buy afresh, please wait for price to retrace. Especially if you can get it at around 470 or anything lower than this zone, 470 or lower, if you can get it like that, it's safer. But buying at this level, this is the risk. Maybe you risk it to somewhere around here and we target maybe previous high. That's almost 30%. 30%. So almost 30% for 40%. That's the risk reward of this trade. That's the risk reward of this trade. Monthly. Okay. So weekly. So weekly. All right. So weekly is going up anyway. But this kind of stock, my challenge again with this, it doesn't have enough volume. So, because we are having flat weeks. See, for some weeks, price has been stable. For some weeks, price is unstable. So what it does is, after price has been stable, it will just jump up, or price will jump down. So that's what it's doing. So, but there's opportunity here, but the risk is my concern. So just do your due diligence if you can, if you know that is something that you can take. Let's look at corn oil. Corn oil. Hmm. So for corn oil also, price is at a level for entry. You can see this is the midpoint of the Bollinger Band. So you buy. You buy. Let me check it on the. Oh, okay. What happened is that it closed outside of the Bollinger Band. So at this level, you buy. buy maybe 50% and watch what the market will do in the month of October. So if in the month of October it still goes down, where is this trade going to be wrong? When we see a close below here, a close below 165 naira. So if there is a close below there, then it's going to be a wrong trade. But as it sits, as it is now, although price is dropping so fast, I don't know why. Maybe you check the news, check and see what is actually responsible for it. So after checking, if you feel that okay, this stock fundamentally there's nothing really wrong, the price drop is due to maybe something that you know that they can recover from, then you can go ahead and buy. This is actually at a good price. Corn oil is at the best price you can get it for this on the chart that I'm looking at now. Anything below this price is a good price to buy, and it's also it's in fact it's far up below it. Okay, so that is corn oil. Let's look at, is it corn? This is corn oil. It's not corn oil, sorry. That's consolidated hallmark. Sorry, I thought I saw corn oil. Okay, for consolidated hallmark, what's happening? Close outside of the Bollinger Band and it's now retracing. The best entry for this particular stock. Oh my God. See what happened there. Oh, see what happened there. Should have gotten this entry. This pack that I drew here. Let me show you how I come up across about it. There is a huge rejection. Okay. So after that huge rejection, you can see this is the 50% and below that I like to enter from. Then price came and tapped into it. See what happened. It tapped into it the first time, went back up. It's not tapping into it the second time, I'm going back up. So this particular stock, you buy. So as it is now, you can buy it. This is the risk. But we need the market to become volatile. Your first target is going to be around here. That's 20%. And the risk can be, but you can reach it to somewhere around there from all this week that I'm seeing here. So 12% risk for 22%. So when you take your first target, then I hope that market is going to test that previous high. Is a possibility, but you now need to pay attention to it because it's outside of the Bollinger Band. So it might take a longer period. This one now, you can, in fact, this move from here to here, you can get this maybe in the next 1 month or 2 months. But this move here, this can take maybe 1 year. That's if the market still is able to maintain this momentum. Okay, sorry. This is 3 months chart. Oh, sorry. I was thinking I was looking at 3 months as okay. This is a monthly chart. So this trade can actually can play out in the next 1 month. All right. But this one can play out in the next, let's say, 6 to 9 months. That would be 3 candles for this. So, but this one is most likely uh, within the shortest period. So you have a good trade here now. Let me mark out the entry. So if you can get it lower, fine. But if you cannot get it lower, at 3 naira 90, 3 naira 89 naira, or even if possible, 3 naira 75, if possible. If you can get your entry around there, is good. But I'm seeing too many rejection. This is a rejection. This is a rejection. Rejection. This one is now rejection. I don't know if price will come that lower. But just plan your entry and begin to enter that particular stock. Have I checked Dangote cement? I think I've checked Dangote cement. So I've checked Dangote
You
cement.
have checked.
All right, yes, I will know. VFD. So VFD. I think I bought this VFD. Okay, yeah. Wow. So what is happening to VFD? Very good. Let me delete it because I know I bought this stock. Let me delete this. So what are we seeing? Let's go to 3 months, see what is happening. Okay, it's just a rejection, it's a retracement of this body. Go to the monthly. All right, also the retracement of that body. Let me look at it. So what we support it is actually the momentum in this candle. Where's my entry? Anything inside or below here. So where's price now? Price is actually below. So it's time to buy. And look at it, we have started seeing rejection, 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 but we have not seen a buy signal yet. Okay, good that I switched to the daily. So this look more like a buy signal. So on Monday, find your entry. Let me give you the risk reward. So let's risk it to this level and you can get it to this. So you can risk 15% for 45%. That's a good risk reward. As it is now, this current stock is at the level for your first entry if you don't have it before. But if you have it and it's losing, maybe you can buy more at this level. I'm very sure something will happen in the next 2-3 weeks. Let's see what will happen in the next 2-3 weeks. This is a rejection. But when will this trade be confirmed? Where will this trade become? We have a lower low here. So until we see a body close, weekly close, I need a weekly close above here for confirmation of this trade. The reason I'm not telling us to wait for confirmation, because most of the time, by the time it's confirmed, we don't get entry again. This market that we are trading is not that, do I say it's not that liquid? We don't have enough market makers. So when you want to buy, they don't you might now find it difficult to buy when the trade is not sure, that the trade is now very clear that, oh, this thing is going up. You now want to buy. Nobody wants to sell at your price. You are now forced to buy at a higher price. But for this, just take partial entry, 50%, take entry and wait for 1 week and see what the market will do. If the market still maintain that price, yes, you can buy more or you hold on until you see reaction. So when you now see reaction, let's say you now see a bullish candle close above here, then you can now try and look for your other 50%. So that way, you might not be averaging down, you will now average up, because now you got one at a lower price. Now you are now getting a second one at a higher price. So by the time you now buy one at a higher price, then your average price will now come up. But it's still a good strategy to buy. So VFD is another good stock that you can look at this week. UPDC, real estate. Okay, is at the entry for the weekly. Let me see. Okay, you see what is happening. Especially every time price close outside of the Bollinger Band, it will come back inside. See what happened? It came back inside and found support where? At the midpoint of the Bollinger Band. Now it's coming back inside again. And where are we going to find support? If the same pattern is going to be maintained, already we are below this. It's too close to this place. Can we wait more if price will come lower? Because I'm looking at this midpoint here. Okay. This rejection is a lot. That rejection is a lot. Let me check it. On the weekly, we are already hitting here. Okay. This is the monthly. If you don't have it yet, this is the month you should buy. Buy in the month of September. Thank God we still have Monday, Tuesday, and probably Wednesday. So buy your first entry and wait for the way and see the way the market will close. If the market still close like this, then wait for 1 month again, or come to the weekly and now start looking at the weekly. So if you buy it on the weekly and the market still come down, then you can now look for lower prices to buy to have rate down. You get it? So if you buy at 7 naira, if you are able to get it at 7 naira, and the month close or next week closes, you can still buy at 6 naira 55, and that's how you just continue to average down. But as it is, this is the most important candle, and the price is somewhere in between the most important candle. When is this trade going to be wrong? When I see a close below here, that's a close below 6 naira 50 kobo. If there's a close below there, then the trade is most likely going to be wrong. But it's not going to be wrong. Just know that that's the bottom. That's like the floor. So when price gets there, just hold on and see what the reaction will be in the following candle. But as it is now, please buy your first entry. Buy your first entry. It can be 50%, it can be 40%. Just buy your first entry. Then wait for price to retrace so that we can average down. UPDC. You see what is happening outside of the Bollinger Band. I don't think I will recommend this. And we have a very serious rejection. Because it's outside of the Bollinger Band on the monthly and we have so much rejection, the risk is high. Although it's trying to find support inside here, that's around like the midpoint. The strategy to buy. You can get this stock at around 5 naira 30. So 5 naira 30, please. That should be your first entry. This one doesn't look like it's good. Yes, this is the most important bearish candle inside of this. So if you can get it around 5 naira, this 5 naira 50 is good. That's where you can your first entry. Then if that level fails, then you can wait for the midpoint of this Bollinger Band. Look at how it happened here. That immediately price came down to the low, tap into here, started struggling, then hit the midpoint, then switch up. So that's what we are looking at here now. So if I go by that same pattern. So what is happening here for your first entry? Let's say, okay, so you see this price almost confluences with the midpoint of the Bollinger Band. And the Bollinger Band is facing up, telling you that the trend is still up, but the price is not that very good. So let me look at the risk reward. If I'm able to get it at that level and you risk it to somewhere around here, then target maybe the upper band again. So if your entry is average entry around 5 naira 50 kobo, then your risk is 20, then you are targeting 40%. That's a good risk reward trade. Charms, Ella Lake. Ella Lake, let me look at Ella Lake first because those are stocks that I'm familiar with. Okay, so for Ella Lake, okay, you see what is happening? Monthly outside of the Bollinger Band. Monthly outside of the Bollinger Band. But this month, assuming we got it below 11 naira, they have been good. But looking at it on the weekly, okay. So since we have a rejection here, and price is now forming another bearish, this is a bearish continuation, you should be able to get Ella Lake around 11 naira. So if you get Ella Lake around 11 naira or below, it's good. So for Ella Lake entry, 11 naira or below, that's a good price to enter that stock. Thank God that we have a rejection. This week it was a rejection. Price came inside and went back up. It's now coming little by little. So what do? We wait for it at this tip again. So from 11 naira buy, when it gets to around 10 naira again, buy to average down. Then when is the trade going to be wrong? When we see a close below here, a monthly close below here, below 9.40 is a close, please. Not that price will get there. Price can get, in fact, price can do something like this. Can do something like this. So far, it doesn't close here and immediately go back up. So what will happen if it just form a wick? We do something like this and immediately goes back up. What do we now see? We will see wick like this. So inside there, that's another confirmation that yes, buyers are still interested in this particular stock. So for it, if you get it there, we hold it for the next 3 months and we see what is going to happen for Ella Lake. CWG tip. So CWG and tip. Okay. Thank God we are back into the Bollinger Band. But we are outside of Bollinger Band on the monthly. I don't think I like it. It's overbought. Let's wait for price to come lower. It's outside of the Bollinger Band. And the candle, the following candle doesn't have momentum. See, this month we close. All right. And see what is happening. It's actually 2 week. It's 2 week. So let's wait for price to do something like come down very low. Come down low. Let me look at it on the daily. Okay, see what is happening. It's actually tapping into here and went back. But I don't like the fact that it's already outside of the Bollinger Band on the monthly. For this price to keep going higher, there should be something, a strength that is pushing it. So that's why I'm very skeptical, especially when price is already outside of the Bollinger Band. It's already overbought. So for you to now go and buy there, I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it. So let's wait for more pullback on that particular stock. TIP. Tip. Outside of Bollinger Band, don't like it. Overbought. So wait for price to be relieved of the overbought. Okay? The risk reward will not be good. What's the reward I can see here? Is that price we hit here. That's the visible reward. That price we hit back this high. It will not push it. I don't think it will push it like that. For it to push it, well, it's possible, but I'm not sure it's going to push it. It's already overbought. It might not push it. When price was here, I can say it's going to push it. But as it is, look at, let me show you something. See the Bollinger Band. It's wide. You cannot compare it to when it was here. It's close. So because it's tight, then if there is a breakout, price will now start moving in that direction. But when it's wide already, if there is a breakout, price doesn't have enough force to move in that direction. So it's going to retrace. And this is 25% risk for 20% reward. It's not a good risk reward trade. Okay, so let's go to what do we have next? Sovereign, Heiko, and Royal Exchange. Okay, I think I should be able to take that. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can take that. And that's where I will stop. So what I will do is to do a screenshot of from here. So I'm going to stop on Nestle. Okay. All right. So let's continue from here. I cannot. I wanted to quickly grab those requests, but I think I saw Aiko, I saw Nestle. Uh, okay. I was not looking at the time. So for Aiko, see what is happening on the monthly. I'm very sure outside of Bollinger Band, I don't like to buy there. Don't like to buy there. Uh, I don't like to buy there. It's not a good level to buy for me. So if I'm going to look for entry, let's wait for price and time. So the way price and time works is the way price and time works is that we wait for market to what's happening. If the price can come back to around this 3 naira, 3 naira 10, that would be a perfect level to start buying. But buying on the mountain, I don't think I like it. And considering the fact that what has happened to your Bollinger Band has, let me have this opened up, cannot compare it to when it was squeezed. Here, when it was squeezed, that was when we were looking for volatility. So when it's become squeezed, so this Bollinger Band is not squeezed. There was squeezed, price switch up. Here was squeezed. So either we wait for Bollinger Band to squeeze again. We want to trade volatility, but as it is, let's wait for better correction in this particular stock. Yes. Okay. Yes, Nestle. Can somebody buy Nestle for trading? I doubt it because Nestle is the shareholding structure. The people that have Nestle, I'm not sure they are willing to sell. And look at it, except if you are the one that wants to sell, or if you are the one that wants to buy, not sure. But the way it is, look at it outside of the Bollinger Band. It's not the place to buy. Does it mean that price cannot go up? Yes, it can go up, but the risk is now high. The risk is high. This is the highest body in that swing. That's the highest body. and see what price is doing. Is it going higher? Yes, we are going higher. Well, how high can it go? Okay, how high can it go? Let's use Fibonacci to project into the future if you have it. But if you don't have it, it's not time to buy. Maybe 2,000 naira, 1,800. By the time it gets to 2,000 naira, you might be struggling. Let's look at Jace. Jace band. Outside of Bollinger Band, the risk is high. What's happening? Outside of Bollinger Band, the risk is high. Even if you buy here now, where are you taking it to? Okay, see? There's divergence. This is the neck of the divergence. It's outside of the Bollinger Band, so look elsewhere, please. Okay, so where's the level to buy from? Anything below here. And see what market did. Dipped into that level and went back up. But we are buying outside of the Bollinger Band, please. Let's leave it. Wapik. Also outside of the Bollinger Band. We've checked Suno, Champions and International Brewery. My volume is low. Sorry, let me quickly check.
Your volume is okay.
Okay, all right. Maybe please check your side. Maybe it's from your end. All right. Wapik. Hi. You see where it's good? Wapik is actually good at that level. Let's look at it on the monthly. The outside. Hi, yeah. Outside. Outside of the Bollinger Band. And we have rejection. This is monthly, right? This is a previous high. So he wants to use that high for a support. If you want to buy this, if you can get it around this is the previous high. So this was the roof. Price is now wants to use it as a floor. So as a trader, this is actually the price to buy. This is actually the price to buy. If you get the stock around somewhere, anything below maybe 2 naira 89, 2 naira 90, kobo, anything below it is good. Please buy your first entry there and now observe and see what the market will do for 1 week. I don't like daily. Just buy for this week, wait till next week. Anything that the market do will now inform whether you are going to buy more or you hold on. Okay, so is at a level for your first entry. Okay, honey flower, okomu oil, honey flower, okomu oil. For okomu oil, see where it is. We are on the mountain. We are on the mountain. No entry here. See the last candle. It's a high rejection of higher high. It went high and they rejected it. Are we going to buy? No. Leave that. Honey flower. What's happening? Outside of the Bollinger Band is overextended. We have it. You can hope for a tap back into this high. And where is the confirmation of the trade? You actually need, okay, we are having green candle, green wick, but the green is actually green, but it's having lower low, green lower, green lower. So market is looking for bottom. It's trying to bottom out. That's what he's doing. That's why it's happening like that. And where is he actually trying to do that? Bollinger Band. Okay, let me do the proper analysis. Where's my most important candle? Is actually here. So market is actually trying to, you see what is happening? It's tapping into here, going back. So how do we approach this particular market? I don't like the fact that it's too close to the Bollinger Band. If you can allow it and let the market, what's it called? Let it decide what it wants to do, because at this level, it wants to form a reversal pattern. If we see a bearish candle close below this price, it's a reversal. And when it reverses, we are going to start looking for support. And we don't know where the support will come from. So the support can come inside of this candle. Support can come here. All right, so is that inside this candle? So let me mark the price. Okay, so around 17 naira zone, that's where we want to wait for this particular stock. Honeyflower. Sky Aviation, Julius Berger. Why is the list getting longer? I think I will stop at Lotus, this Lotus Hala or something. That's where I will stop, please, so that we can continue from there next week. I believe we've had enough opportunity for this coming week. We cannot buy all this stock. Just look for one or two good ones, and you are good to go. You cannot buy every stock in the market. Every opportunity we cannot take. That's just the truth of the matter. Sky Aviation. Overbought. See, you cannot buy there. Julius Berger. Oh my God. So for Julius Berger, this should have been a good entry. You cannot buy it here now. You cannot buy it there. See, the entry was already missed. But let me do the analysis. Here is the most important candle. And anything below the 50% level is actually a good level to buy. Anything below. So see what market did. If you have bought around here, let's say it came down lower and you bought around 114 or 115 again, you'd have gotten the bottom. But let's say you first bought at 125, you bought, it went up a little, came down, you bought more here, and it's now going up. So where's the target? If you got the entry right, let's say your average entry is around there, and we now have something like this. So the target is going to be here, or we go here. That's if market extend. If the market doesn't extend, it will target this high. A risk of 15 for target of 41% is a good risk reward. All right, that's for Julius Berger. That's for Julius Berger. Okay, so let's check livestock feed, Champions Bureau, livestock feed. Okay. This is the strategy to use to enter this livestock field. No buy entry yet, but for livestock feed, you can buy some at this level. There's a reason why I said that. Buy some at that level. First entry at this, because that's actually the body of the first most important candle. Then the second one, I'm looking at anything below here. If you bought here and you're able to even buy more at 6 naira 80 kobo, then buy another one if price keeps coming down, because we don't know where it's going to find support. But the best support that I like weekly support, but it's too far. It's too far, being that the midpoint of this Bollinger Band, see where it is and see where price is. So if I want to look at it from between the upper band and the lower band and the middle band, where is the middle band? You can see what price is doing now. So if you buy some here, then middle point of this is around here. So buy some there. By the time price is getting here, most likely this Bollinger Band, the midpoint would have come up again. You know, this one is coming up, price is coming down, this is coming up. So they will meet somewhere in between. We don't know where they are going to meet. So that's the strategy. First entry is at the current price. Get some stock there. But from what I'm looking at, it's most likely it's going to come down lower. So if it comes down lower, it's better so that you can buy more at somewhere around 6 naira 55 or 6 naira 20 or somehow. In order not to miss it, just try and buy some now. There's something I want to check again for this point here. There's something I want to check again. Okay, that's actually the first entry. So second entry will happen when this thing closes. All right. International Beauty. Okay. See what is happening to International Beauty. After this volatile move, this is a squeeze. This is a squeeze. Then we have a volatile move. How far can this go? Right. Weekly. Okay, the midpoint of the weekly. Okay, I can actually use this. Anything below here. You see what price did? You only tapped into that level. Your entry is anything below 11 naira 75 kobo. If I can get it below 11 naira 75 kobo, then that is good. Then when I see a bullish candle close above here, that's the first confirmation. Then the next confirmation is that I now have a higher price. I need a higher price. Then for us to keep riding this particular stock. That's International Beauty. Where's Champions Beauty? Outside of the Bollinger Band, not sure. And we are already hitting the top of this cup. This handle, this cup. Do we still want to keep buying? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's a good. Lotus Halal or something. I don't know the stock. Okay, Lotus. What is the ticker symbol of this stock? I can't see it. Is this ETF? Sorry, Mr. Goni. Okay, this is
It's
Mr.
Lotus TUS.
What do you call it? What's the ticker symbol? Okay,
LOTUS.
LOTUS. I can't see it. Okay, you know what I can do? Let me go here.
Sorry,
It
sir.
is
It
an
is
ETF.
Okay, it's
ETF.
an
It's
ETF.
ETF. Yes.
Okay. So since it's an ETF, then I can go to, it should be under index. All right. Oh, see what is happening? Outside, Bollinger Band, overstretched. We need the market to be relieved. So for it to relax, at least to relax. So people bought here, and you think they still continue to buy, they are ready to sell anytime. So let's wait for the market to relax. Let's wait for the market to relax. It's overbought. It's overbought. All
Then
right.
apart from
Okay. What do you say?
I said apart from this NGS index, there is another one. It's called Lutos. The same thing.
Yes, this is
That one is selling
Lutox.
around 75 naira, something like that. Yes.
Okay. There's another Lutox. Okay, let me go and check.
Yes. Yes.
Lotus. Ah, this is going to be too many. Can't find any other Lotus here. Okay. What I can do again is to change it to Nigeria. Okay. This one.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, I can see. It's under fund. Okay. Ah, see the volatility. This is too volatile. Oh. Why do you like something that is volatile like this? This can give somebody hypertension. Let me see what is happening. Within a month, see what it did. It's actually going up anyway. But will I want to go and buy here outside of Bollinger Band? I would have loved when it came down back inside here. After this, they call this high wave candle. Price went so far high. See where it got to? Almost 109, almost 200. Came down low as, does it used to go to, okay, this is 3 naira, 3 something. It now close in between like this. Then the
It
following,
was 54. It was 54 naira last month. Oh.
yes, that's what I'm saying. It closed at, from what I'm seeing here, it closed at around 63. Okay, opening. It opened around 54 and closed at 63. But this month now, assuming you wanted to buy, you should have bought when it retraced back inside here. That's what I'm saying. So as it is now, I'm not sure it's a good price. You can't buy here. This would have been a good price to buy when it was even hitting the midpoint of this Bollinger Band. Now it wants to go and close again. So if he's able to close above, let me show you what I'm looking at. If he's able to close above this bullish candle, let's say this month, then there is higher probability that this particular instrument will go back and test this 200. It might take time, but it will just be struggling up, down, up, down, up, down. And we manage and manage and manage until you get to around this 200. That's what it means. There's a psychology behind it, but let me not just go into that details. All right, that's all that we can take tonight. Okay, so if you want us to continue this particular Q&A sessions that is going to be happening every Saturday, so we look at the market and we also look at any opportunity that you are looking at. We look at it together. It's going to be a paid version now. So from next week, it's going to be a paid version. You asked for it and now it's here. Let's see how many people will subscribe. Okay, but before we go, since we still have some time, let me just quickly update this. There's something I wanted to do, but okay, tomorrow we are still going to have a class tomorrow. That's going to be a general class. And after tomorrow, that general class is not going to be a weekly thing again. It's go back to my monthly. Because this one is now going to be weekly. I cannot be doing this one weekly and we're doing tomorrow again weekly. It's going to be too much for me. So let me just do this one weekly. Since it's already a paid class, then I'll focus on it and make sure I do my best to make sure that I deliver value for your money. It's 5,000 naira per month, just to start. Let's see how it goes. By the time we
We are
do,
in. We are in. We are
by the
in. We
time
are
we
in.
do these 3 months, I will get some clarity again on how to go further. I will still have some session where we can invite somebody to come and talk to us, just like I used to do in the general class before. So the general class will now go back to the monthly thing, first Sunday of the month or so. So we have that general class. But tomorrow I'm going to be bringing Shale Forex. I want him to come and show us money management, because I've discovered that a lot of people, the fear they are having is they don't actually understand money management. In trading, if you can understand money management very well, you will not struggle. You will not find it hard to even see stock to buy. People are too conservative. Is it conservative or too afraid because they don't understand money management? Electricity now, it's not everybody that can touch electricity, but there are some people it's like what's there, they will just touch it because they've already understand how to manage the risk involved in that particular uh electric current. So when they touch it, you now be wondering, why is it that you can touch it, me I cannot touch it? It's because they've already understood it. So when you understand money management, just understand this is the risk that I can take. If the risk you can take on a stock or on any instrument is 10,000 naira, that is still your threshold. Don't push it further. We grow by risk. We grow in it. With later, with confidence, we continue to risk more. We continue to risk more. Everybody that is risking big today did not start there. They start by risking little. You start risking 10,000 naira. When you are risking 10,000, later you get comfortable. Then you start risking 20,000. You start risking 50. So you are start risking 1 million. So if I'm looking at this stock now, Sunu Insurance, and I say, okay, what me I can risk is just 10,000 naira. Somebody else can say what I can risk is 100,000. But somebody can come and say I can risk 1 million because of their own financial strength. So with these two now, we are going to look at it tomorrow. It's going to talk on risk management or money management, as the case may be, tomorrow. So after in the class, then I will now introduce this tool. But before then, let me just quickly update this. I want to quickly update it if it's not going to take time. For Zenith, what's the current price of Zenith? Or is somebody that can help me with that? I think if this is not Zenith, if my network is not really okay, Zenith coin 69.85. So current price is 69.85. So 4%. What's the next? We have FCMB. I've not even checked all this thing. FCMB. Okay. What's the current price? 1090.
Yes.
1090. Has it gained 1%? What's next? Lasaco.
Lassa.
Okay, Lasaco is still around the entry, which is let's just see this 2 naira 98. 2 naira 98. Okay, losing some. Okay. Sono, current price of Sono. Let me even look at the two and see and I. Sono. So current price 580. C and I
Sunu still in the buy zone?
Yes. It's still in the buy zone. When I check the sentiment, I see that the buyers and the sellers, they're actually quoting below the current price. So that's when you see that the current price is at 580 now, and the highest bidder is bidding below, and the highest offer and the lowest offer, or no, the highest and the lowest offer is still below the current price. Most likely they will drag it down. That means the buyers are dragging it down and the sellers are also dragging the current price down. So there's higher chances that it might still retrace. So if you want to buy, look for discount. By the time market open on Monday, look for discount. I won't be surprised if you get the stock at around 5 naira 30 or even lower, or 5 naira, because when we actually checked the sentiment, we saw 5, I think around 490 something or so. So people are still bidding 490 something. So you can still get it lower than this current price. Let me put 580. Then we now wait and see how the week we close. The last one. What's this C and high? Is this C and high listen?
Yes.
Why am I not seeing it? Okay, maybe
Because
it's CI. Oh, I
See,
just remember.
you
It's
see
just
high,
CI.
see high,
Yes. I just
see
remember.
then losing.
Okay, for C high, it's still at the entry, which is, let's put it at, this is 6 naira 25. 6 naira 25. Oh, that's losing 5%. Okay, so the way it will work, this risk calculator is just a way to calculate the risk that I want to take on a trade. Let's say, for instance, I come here now. The risk on this trade is actually going to be, if I pick my entry here, I need to risk it below the most important candle low. This is it. So if I buy here and I want to target here, so risk is actually my concern. I want to do a worst case scenario planning that if this thing doesn't go against me, how much can I lose? This is 15%. Okay, let's just round it up to 16%. So what I want to risk is 16%. So just come here, put your risk is 16%. So what is the current price? If the current price is, let's say I'm able to get it at 630, then put 630 here. That's the price. 6 naira 30 kobo. So you now need to decide, how much can I risk on that trade? Let's say I want to risk 10,000 naira. That's okay, my maximum risk on this trade. I don't want it to be more than 10,000 naira. Just put 10,000 naira here. And what is it telling you? It's telling me that don't invest more than 62,500. This is your maximum investment that you should take. Then how many units can you buy? Why is this thing showing naira? This is the unit. I'll remove this naira thing. So this is the number of units you will buy. That's 9,920. Buy 9,920 units of this particular stock. So you now need to decide how do I spread it? Meaning, how do I enter? Let me buy 5,000. Then when I buy 5,000, I see how it's doing. I can buy 2,000 and now buy another 2,000. Just spread it. By doing that, you will see that your investment will not be more than 62,000. Then the maximum maximum loss that you will have on the trade is actually 10,000 naira. By the time you lose 10,000 naira, just know that that's the maximum you want to risk. Let's take another example. Let's say we are looking at Sunu now. So for Sunu, maximum risk on Sunu is actually very little, because we are actually close to, let's say you got Sunu at, target is here. Let's say you got Sunu at 50, let's say 5 naira 20 kobo. So let me go. What's the price? 5 naira 20. 5 naira 20.
Eight.
So what is the risk? The risk is actually 25%. So put 25% here. 25%. Then what is the amount you want to risk? Let's say what I want to risk is just 2,000 naira. I don't want to lose more than 2,000 naira. Just put it. Then what is telling you that don't buy more than 8,000 naira worth of Sunu. By doing that, on that trade, you will not lose more than 2,000. And how many units is that? 1,540. Let's say 1,540 units. I hope this is clear. This is just simple. I just added it to the this NGS paper trading template that I created. So as more updates is coming, if I come up with another thing, or even people that are already bought, some people bought and I've not seen their feedback, just give me feedback. Okay, why don't you add this? Why don't you make this? Then I'll look at it. If it makes sense, then we continue to populate this thing until it becomes a very valuable tool that's looking at it like they can use it to plan your trading. Just plan your trading and you are fine. With this now, I know that my total return on my investment is around 5%. So some are losing, some are gaining. And in fact, I've not even updated these ones. By the time I update these ones, I will see what the return might look like. So that's how much we can take. And here is actually where you can decide. It depends on the market condition. If the market condition is very bullish, you can increase your target to 30, or in fact, you can increase it to if it's very bullish anyway, maybe 100%. So with 100%, that means when it gets to 100%, that's where it triggers that you should sell your first exit. But if market the way it is now, I'm not sure you can get 100% easily in this market from the way the market is looking. Let's say 50% is still possible. Just put 50% here and it's good to go. Let's say market now slow down. You can now say, okay, my target is 20%. And based on that 20%, it will now begin to give you exit. Look at it now. Because I changed this to 20%, it's telling me that TP1. So you now go to your trade plan. When you hit TP1, what quantity do you want to sell? Okay, maybe by my plan, I said, okay, when I hit TP1, I want to sell 50% of my holding. Then I'll sell 50% of my holding. Just remove it from that trade. But if you now want to, let's say you want to sell at break even, that's when you use this calculator. So this calculator will help you sell at break even. Just put all these metrics. It will tell you the quantity that you will sell, that your capital is preserved. That means you will take your capital from the market. The remaining will just be the profit. Then you now allow the profit to be making profit. And that's how it will go. So that's what all this tool is all about. And this is where you average down price. You can use it to either average down price or you average up price. Just when you have multiple entries. What's your price one? What's your new price? What quantity? Then what's your average price that you want to get? Put in all this, then it will calculate this one for you, the number of units that you need to buy. And this is where you get average entry price. So when you buy stock at different entry prices and you want to get the average price, then you put in current, it will give you the current price and this. Okay, and if you refer to my previous video on this, you will understand how to use that. So that's how we can take for tonight. So we see tomorrow by God's grace. I wish you all a very lovely weekend and a week ahead. All right.
Thank you so much.
Good
Thank you.
night, sir. Good night, everyone. Thank you.